Hi guys, how you doing? This is going to be a commentary video, and I've come to a town that I don't normally work in. It's been many years since I've worked in Tewkesbury, which is where I am now, and I'm about to work here a lot more. And when I used to work at BSM, I used to work here quite a lot, like 23 years ago, 20-ish years ago. So because I'm going to be working here so much more, I just thought I'd come here on this Sunday and have a little look around, and I thought I'd bring you with me. So I'm going to turn the camera around now and we can investigate the area together and just see what kind of hazards there are. Let's have a look at it. Okay, so checking from the left all the way around, checking oncoming. There's somebody behind me now, so I'm just going to let this person overtake me before I signal. Bike behind me as well. Checking my blind spot. Pedestrian behind me, but he's walking the other way. Checking my blind spot. Cool. Okay, so I didn't signal until the person had overtaken me because I don't want to scare the living daylights out of him. So I just waited until he passed me before I put my signal on. Okay, so this is Mitten, and this is where people will be brought if they're very new to driving, and this is where people would learn to move off and stop, turn left and right. And I've worked in here, but many moons ago. But this will be my place again. Gosh, it's so weird to be back. Okay, lots of parked cars, so just looking really nice and far ahead. The road is unmarked, which means there's no line in the middle, but there's a natural crease that is forming down the road, which you can often think, well, that's where the white line would be painted if there was one. And that can organise your positioning quite nicely. Checking my mirrors. Okay, so I'm warned about a school, but it is Sunday today, so it's highly unlikely that there's going to be any school kids around. Otherwise, we'd feel very sorry for them. So yeah, got the zigzag lines on the floor. No parking, no dropping off of people there. That is forbidden. That's a keep clear. Yeah. Mirrors to the left, signals left. Schools have such problems with these lines. Yeah. You really can't park on there. You must not drop off people. That is a place that's supposed to be kept clear, so you can see all the little kids like walking around. Yeah. So that's a keep clear. Okay, so when we get to the lights, we're going to turn left, but I need to pass this one first. Mirrors to the left, signals left. I had to pass the left turn first because I don't want to look like I'm going into the left turn. Now this big crossroads has got a toucan phase, so two can cross the road, so bikes and pedestrians can press the button and cross when they get their chance. I don't know whether you can see it, but there's a blue sign at the top of this video, and that's for bikes and pedestrians. So this is an area where bikes and pedestrians can be, and you can tell from the red man over there on where they press the button. There's a cyclist and a bike as well. Checking my mirrors for undertaking and overtaking vehicles. I've got priority to turn left, but I'm checking my safety anyway. The bollard is helpful, so it helps me to know where to drive. The hatched marking area has got a dotted border, which means that I can use if necessary, but it's clearly not necessary. Like, I don't need that at the moment, so I'm not going to use it. Lots of safe havens for pedestrians to cross the road here. So we've got the guy with the dog there, and I've got another toucan crossing. Checking my mirrors. Zigzag lines on the floor, no parking, no overtaking. Just being careful of the petrol station. It may spit out people because obviously lots of people use the petrol station, so I've just got to be careful of that. Is anybody going to come out? No. Pedestrians everywhere. Need to be extremely careful. So I'm going to go straight on. Let's go straight on. Let's go through Tewkesbury town. That's lovely. Okay, so looking nice and far ahead. Seeing that there's a roundabout coming up, I'm going to go towards Gloucester. It's the first exit at the roundabout. So it is very much a straight on, but because there's no other exit on the left, I could use a left signal if I think it's going to help people. There's a pedestrian on my left. Yeah, I'm going to use it. Checking to the right, there's no one there. I feel like because the pedestrian's there, I think it would have been nice for her to know where I was going. And this is Tewkesbury town. So it reminds me a bit of Bath Road in Cheltenham. I've got to be very careful of pedestrians sharing the road with me. I've got to be very careful of cars pulling out, like the one on the left with his signal on. There's pedestrians like crossing the road. There's a van on the left with his lights on. Is he going to pull away? Is he going to open the door? I'm checking the puffin crossing, PUF, pedestrian user friendly. Pedestrian on my left, he's pressed the button. Pedestrians on the right, are they going to cross? They're going to wait there. They don't have official priority there, so I was just very careful, checking the parked cars. The black car on the left protrudes more than the other ones, checking my mirrors. Puffing crossing here, checking my mirrors. Pedestrians on the right. It's very busy here today. Bike, is he going to overtake the car? Mirrors. At the roundabout, turn right, mirrors to the right, signal to the right. Pedestrians everywhere. Cars on my right. Can I get to the other side of the roundabout? Yeah, that's fine, that's flowing okay. Mirrors to the left, signal to the left. I did have to make sure that I could get out. I don't want to start making a traffic jam in the roundabout if I can blatantly see that I can't get out. The last car on my left protrudes a bit, the white one. Checking my mirrors. Can I fit through the gap? He's parked illegally. Checking my mirrors, unless he's a disabled badge holder, actually. Mirrors, checking for all of the pedestrians. Looking nice and far ahead. Look at all this lovely Tudor work, so gorgeous here. Checking my mirrors. Scanning the pedestrian crossing, zebra crossing. Checking my mirrors. Clearly not allowed to park here because of the double yellow lines. Checking my mirrors, keeping good position. And speed by braking. Can I undertake? Is there space? Yes. Checking my mirrors to the left in case there was any bikes, especially these battery bikes that can go very, very fast. Keeping good distance from the Ibiza car in front of me. He is going quite slow, but I'm going to keep distance. I don't want to be tailgating him and putting pressure on him. I don't know why he's going slowly. It's Sunday. To be completely honest with you, you know, Sunday, you don't really know, do you? Like whether they're over the limit, and I don't want to be tailgating somebody who might be over the limit. I just want to keep safe space, keep away from people. You know, if they're acting a bit weird, just don't chance it. Just stay away, give them extra space. You know, what if they're looking at their phone or something? Just be careful, yeah. Tailgating is not a good idea. Okay, so changing speed, mirrors. Is there anyone overtaking me? No. Okay, so checking any hazards. I feel fine to go faster, so I'm going to pick up my speed. I'm now going to change up to 5th gear because it really is no one around. I did a block gear change from 3rd to 5th then. I can't see anything to worry about at the moment, but I am concerned about the road on the left. Looking nice and far ahead, there's pedestrians, there's parked cars. Looking very far ahead. The line in the road is a hazard line because the paint itself is long and the dark patch between it is short. Checking my mirrors. Looking very nice and far ahead here, just so I can really gauge what's going on. There's a pedestrian on the left, road on the left, bird in the road, oncoming vehicle. The warning sign is warning me about bikes. Is there going to be bikes around? Following the signs for the M5, which is the blue sign. I call them the artery of the road, the blue. Going to be turning left, so mirrors to the left. Signal to the left, speed by braking. Touchdown out of 5th into 3rd. Don't know about him. What's he up to? He had terrible position. Okay, mirrors to the left, signal to left. The guy in the roundabout was all over the place. Oh my goodness. He was like in a centre position for a straight on. That was rather worrying. So I just gave myself some extra time to really know what he was doing. I'm at 40 miles an hour on this road. The line in the road is still a hazard line, so it's still telling me that there's hazards potentially coming up, although it is now changed to a normal line. So it's just a dividing line now, just a lane divider. Checking my mirrors, looking nice and far ahead on this 40. Warned about a roundabout. I can drive over the bus stop, I just can't park there. I'm warned about traffic lights around the corner, they may be red. Going to turn left, mirror signal, speed by braking. Looking at road markings, down into 3rd because it's very open, this roundabout. Yep. I don't feel like I needed to go down into 2nd. The roundabout was extremely open. The gear that I used was a working gear. 1, 2 and 3 are your working gears. So you can do stuff in those gears. 4, 5 and 6 are your cruising gears. So they tend to be for places that are straighter, less hazards. 1, 2 and 3 are your kind of like turning gears, like bends and turns and nasty driving. 4, 5 and 6 are your cruising gears. So much more likely to be straight and less hazardous. Go straight on, mirrors, speed by braking, 12 o'clock theory. Down into second because it's a smaller roundabout, keeping to the left, mirrors to the left. Signal to the left. I signalled after the little car park on the left there. Checking my mirrors, increasing my speed, 40 miles an hour. Locking it in with cruise control. It's a dividing line, the white one. Looking nice and far ahead, keeping good distance with the person in front, making sure I've got at least a 2-second gap. I'm being warned about the road being bumpy. Yeah, it is a little bit bumpy. This road has got lots of lampposts, but there's reminders every 15 seconds or less that it's a 40 rather than a 30. The line is changed to a hazard line because the white paint has become longer. I'm turning right at the junction to go towards the M5, mirrors to the right, signal to the right. Speed by braking. Traffic lights are green and there's a 30 mile an hour change. Let's see if it stays. Nope, mirrors, braking, clutch down and softening my brake. Handbrake out of fourth, resting, checking, making sure that I'm aware of my hazards, looking to see if there's any pedestrians, checking the road around me. This little area here has got a cyclist dismount sign, so I'm just being mindful that there might be bikes around here. Checking the area. And checking both mirrors, making sure that nothing was overtaking or undertaking. Looking nice and far ahead, using the bollard to know where to turn. Sorry you couldn't see that in the video, but I just used the bollard. Okay, so I'm in a 30, so I'm just making sure that I'm set at 30 here. The hatch markings have got a dotted border, which means that I can use it if necessary, but it isn't necessary. There is no need, so I'm just staying off that. And the widening that the hatch markings give here is more safe for me in the oncoming vehicles. I've got quite a lot of pedestrians here, so just being careful of that. Checking my mirrors for the pelican crossing. You can normally tell if it's a pelican crossing because it's got the word wait when you press the button. That is normally a bit of a giveaway that you're dealing with a pelican crossing. So I've got quite a lot of side roads here, so I'm just being careful of that. Got the cyclist on the right. The 20 mile an hour sign on the left is not flashing, so it's still 30 here, so that's okay. If it was flashing, it would be advised to do 20 near the school. Mirrors. Now, from memory, I seem to remember that the 12 o'clock theory doesn't work around here, but I'm just going to double check it. Mirrors. Looking nice and far ahead, looking at road markings. Yeah, I'm right. So mirrors. It's going to use a tiny little signal here just to make sure that he knows that I'm going over. And yeah, that's fine. Just because the person behind me is like driving relatively close to me, so I just wanted to give him a bit of a warning. Going to go straight on at the roundabout towards Evesham, checking my mirrors, 12 o'clock theory. So unless otherwise stated, I'm going to keep to the left. Speed by braking, warned about cyclists on the left, checking my mirrors. Slowing down, checking the road markings just to make sure. Got the real lights and the repeater light on the other side. Now that I've chosen my lane correctly, I'm not going to be passing the line on the right. The one that's vertical to me, that is. See the one on the right there? So I'm just going to follow that. Checking my mirrors, I'm on a bit of a hill. Got roadworks up ahead because of the big triangle with the roadworks sign guy. Somebody told me it looked like he's holding an umbrella, which has completely ruined the sign for me, I'm afraid. I've probably ruined it for you as well. Checking my mirrors on the left and the right, seeing if there's anything undertaking or overtaking. Warned about traffic lights, checking my mirrors. Checking road markings just in case. These lights are out, but I've got temporary lights, so mirrors, braking, braking, braking. Temporary lights, so I'm just going to be stopping for those instead. Yeah. And brake neutral, yellow box. I need to make sure I can get to the other side of the yellow box before I enter it. It's illegal to get stuck on a yellow box, so I do need to make sure I can get to the other side of it. Checking my mirrors, looking for hazards. Okay, checking my mirrors to the left, signal to the left to exit a big roundabout, mirrors to the left. I checked my mirrors quite a few times there just because it was a really big situation. Going straight on. I wonder whether we should go on the motorway. What do you reckon? Mirrors to the left, signal to the left. Should we go on the motorway to get home? Yeah. That might be quite interesting. Haven't done that in a commentary video. Let's go down here and see whether we can turn somewhere. Okay, so mirrors. And signal to the left. I'm going to reverse round the corner to the left. This manoeuvre used to be on the test. It is not anymore, don't panic. Checking all the way around, especially my blind spots. And looking out the back, Checking my blind spot now because I'm about to steer. Checking through the windows, checking, all the way around, checking, following the curb, checking all the way around, checking my blind spot, checking round. That's perfect. Turning right. Mirrors, blind spot, signals. So that used to be something that you had to do on your test. Not anymore. You'll be happy to hear. God, I did that for years, that manoeuvre. Mirrors to the right, signals to the right. Right, let's go back on the motorway. That'll be fun. Okay, so motorway, M5, looking ahead. Just double checking, following the line. Perfect. And let's go to the motorway. Turning left to Gloucester, mirrors to the left. Signal to the left. This time I am going to keep to the left, looking at road markings. No one to give way to. Okay, so here's all the motorway signs. So mirrors. Okay, so this is the slip road to the motorway. So now I need to pick up my speed. There's an overtaking lane on this slip road, so checking my mirrors. There's no one in the slip road, picking up my speed. No one in the slip road. Looking in my mirrors, checking for lane 1 activity. Signals on. No one in lane 1. Checking my blind spot. Entering, making sure that I've got decent gap between me and the larger vehicle. The larger vehicle is very likely to have a top speed of 60 because of his weight. It's very likely to be over 7.5 tons, so it's going to be having a 60 mile an hour limit for him. Checking my mirrors. It's quite busy, so I'm thinking about overtaking because he does have a top speed of 60. Mirrors, letting this person pass me. Mirrors. Signal, checking my blind spot, no one there. Moving, keeping good distance now with the car in front. I need to make sure that I've still got 2 second gap. Overtaking the horse vehicle, which will have a top speed of 60. I'm allowed to do 70 because I'm in a car. Top speed 70, checking my mirrors. Okay, so clearly I need to think about going back to the left when I've finished overtaking everything that I want to overtake, but I need to make sure that I can see the vehicle in my interior mirror. So I'm going to signal to alert people that I am going back to the left, but I'm going to wait until I can see him. Yes, I can see him, checking my left mirror as well and my blind spot. So I signal to be like, look guys, I'm going back to the left, it's cool. Yeah, don't worry, I'm going back to the normal lane, but you don't go back in until you can see the vehicle that you've overtaken in your interior mirror. And that's very important because that's your flat glass mirror. And that is so important because then you know that you've overtaken. Now I'm driving in the left lane because that is the normal lane. I can't overtake in this lane. People overtake me on the right. So it's the law that people must overtake me on the right. I cannot go faster than the people in the other lanes. It's against the law, yeah? So I have to be careful with that. Now I know that there's an irritant and people can get very angry with the people in the middle lane. You probably hear about this all the time because if they do that, that is highly irritating and then you've got to overtake them by going middle, right and then going back into the left. Yes, it is extremely annoying and that's why everybody slags them off. I need to be careful that I don't go faster than these cars. Ideally, they should all be coming back to the left. I can't, you know... It is irritating. I'm doing 65. Those people really should be back to the left, yeah? I'm in 6th gear because obviously I'm trying to save as much money as possible. I've done a whole video about how to drive on the motorway, guys. So this is just a commentary video just for fun. But if you want loads of information about it, just go to that video and just, you know, check it out, see what you think. So I need to be careful that I don't undertake. Now there's a vehicle in front of me that is highly likely to be doing lower speed limit than me because he's much bigger. But my exit's coming up soon, Cheltenham. So Cheltenham is in 1 mile. There's emergency diversions on it with the triangle and the diamond. So if you were following any emergency diversions, you would be following those. It'd be like follow diamond to get to Cheltenham, but just following the normal signs. Now, because it's only a mile away, I'm going to stay here. So I'm not going to do any more overtaking because that could be dangerous. I need to be in the left lane to exit. So I'm in the left lane. Now I'm half a mile away from exit, checking my mirrors. Everybody behind me is keeping excellent distance. You can't crash into space. Keeping 2 seconds in dry conditions is good, because if the person in front emergency stops for any reason, then you've got time to stop. If it's raining, it's immediately doubled, give it the 4-second rule. And if it's ice and snow, times by 10. Going to be turning left, so I'm going to be signalling at 300 yards, 200 yards, those are the signs on the left, 100 yards, keeping my speed constant until I get into the slip road, checking my mirrors again, going over the lines for the slip road. Now I am reducing speed. I've got another slip road that I'm coming up to in 300 yards, 200 yards, I'm being warned about it on the left. Big warning signs that I'm on the minor road. Being warned that this is not a motorway anymore. Mirrors to the right, signal to the right. Slowing right down. I may have to stop. Checking over my blind spot. There's no one there. That slip road was very, very small, so I had to be extremely careful. On that occasion, the chance of stopping to give way to the main carriageway was much higher. Checking my mirrors here for people overtaking me. Warning now that it's coming back into two-way traffic because of that sign there. Yeah, so that slip road is very small, right? So the main carriageway, of course, has priority, just the same as a motorway. But with the motorway, it's so much longer, so you can pick up your speed and try and match the speed of the slowest moving vehicle in lane 1. But that one, woo, that's so much smaller. And yeah, you may have to stop to give way to the main carriageway there. Okay, so I've got a crossroads warning here, and I think I'm going to stop soon because I'm running out of battery, to be honest with you, and it is coming up to 22 minutes. Mirrors, where shall I stop and end this? Okay, so we just got lots of information here, and I've got a warning about a fire station, so I'd be warned, just like a level crossing actually, the lights would be the same. So it would be amber to get ready to stop to let the fire station out. Fire station, Ros. the fire engine, and then it would be red to keep me there. Clearly I need to stop. I'm tripping over my own tongue. Me and my phone have given up. My phone's running out of battery, and so am I, clearly. Checking my mirrors for the change of speed down to 40. Big no U-turn sign here. Checking my mirrors, and I'm going to turn left. If my phone makes it, you'll see me go into Sainsbury's. Got a little bypass here of the lights, so just going down into 3rd. And I've got a give way triangle, just checking. Yeah, there's no one to give way to. That's fine. And going to turn into Sainsbury's, mirrors to the right, signal to the right, entering the little bay bit properly. Not having a kebab today, Jimmy. Definitely need to stop, I'm starting to be silly. Turning right, mirrors to the right. Okie dokie. Oh, look how quiet it is. Okay, let's just do a pull in to the right to finish. So, mirrors to the right. signal to the right, slowing right down. Down into first, checking my blind spot, and into my bay. Beautiful. Handbrake, neutral, and engine off. Thanks guys, see you on the next one.